guys, welcome back. This is a makeup tutorial and I'm just going to do my makeup. As you can see, I've already applied my eyebrows, so we're going to jump right into the video. And so what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to prime my eyes with the Tate Shape Tape concealer in the color Deep. And I'm just going to apply that all over the lid and blend it out once it's applied. And I'm using a concealer brush that I got in a set from Amazon. So I'm just going to take that and blend it all out until there is no creases, because you don't want any creases when you apply eyeshadow. You know, you don't want any creases with your primer or your concealer. So whatever your base is, you want to make sure it's blended out completely. And that's what I'm doing now. And I'll just go to the other eye and blend it out. We're just blending and blending and blending. And guys, make sure you blend that out really, really well. That's the key to makeup. So once that's blended out, I'm going to apply some translucent powder by Mercier. And I'm applying that to my concealer to keep it from creasing. You want a very nice base whenever you get ready to apply your eyeshadow, so that they'll go on real smooth. And so what I'm doing now is I'm applying a brown, kind of like a burnt orange brownish color, and it's from the Zulu palette by Juvia's, and I'm applying that with a Real Technique crease brush, and I'm applying it in my crease. I'm tapping it in there. I'm not applying a lot, but I'm just tapping a little bit in the crease, and I'll build it up as I go according to how much I want to put on there, or according to the look I'm going for. So I'm just tapping that on there in the crease. As you guys can see, it's a pretty color. It's really, really nice and neutral, I would say. So I'm using it as a transition shade, just so it can transition from one shade to the other, and that's basically what I'm using it as. And I'm taking a blending brush from Amazon and I'm blending that out so I don't have any harsh lines. And you're just going to keep blending. And you want to blend really soft. You don't want to be really hard. As you can see how I'm holding the brush, I'm not holding the brush really hard. I'm tapping it. I'm really light. So now I'm going to apply a shade called Wild Things from the Morphe 35V palette, and I'm using a Morphe 518 brush, which is not a good brush to be applying to my lid, because that's a blending brush, but it is what it is. It all will go on and work out. So I'm applying that on the lid, right underneath that transition shade. So just apply that on there. You can apply as much as you want or as little as you want. I like to build my product up. Anything I put on, I like to build it up. I don't like to put on a boatload of it and then it just look too much. So I'll build it up as I go, according to how much I want or how it look. And so once that's on there, I'm going to take that exact same brush I used for the transition shade. I didn't add any more product to it. I'm just taking that and blending that pink shade out. And it just run together. You want your eyeshadows to kind of run together. You don't want it to look like, oh, well, there's the transition shade, there is the lid shade, there's the crease shade. You want it to all be blended in together. And so that's what I'm doing now, just blending it out. That's it. It's all about blending. And now, guys, what I'm doing is I'm taking a Real Technique brush and I'm taking the black eyeshadow shade in the Morphe 35V palette, which is called Little Black Book, and I'm adding that to the crease, to the outer corner of my eye, just so that my eyeshadow will have a little bit more depth. and it can look a little drastic or dramatic. It just kind of like make the eyeshadows pop. So that's what I'm using there. And I'm just going to go back in with that same brush and blend out that black. You want to be really, really careful when you use the black because the black can transfer onto other colors. So you want to add a little bit. If you need more, you can go back and add more, but you want to start off adding a little bit. And I'm just taking that, blending it, all of that together. As you can see, just go to the other eye and just blend. And remember, guys, what you do to one eye, you have to do to the other. So kind of when you do one thing, just go to the other eye so that you don't forget. So I'm taking a little bit more. Like I said, I wanted a little bit more. So I didn't add a lot in the beginning. I went back in. I went back into that black with that Real Technique brush and adding a little bit more into the outer corner of my eye. So I've added that, and you just add as you go. And I'm taking that exact same brush and going back in and blending it in and blending it in. And guys, if you need to go back into that transition shade, then you can do that. Go back into the transition shade and pick up some more color and blend it out. Because a lot of times when you use eyeshadow, some of your colors will go away from you putting on other eyeshadow colors. But I went back in and added some more of that transition shade, as you can see. And now I'm blending it out. I'm blending it all together so it all can look like one. And I'll just stop rambling so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. That eye look blended, so we'll go to the other eye and blend it out. You can blend as much as you want. You can never blend too much. I don't think so, in my opinion. See how I went back to that eye? Because it didn't look like it was blended all the way out, but it is. So now that it's blended out, I'm going to take a little bit more of that Wild Things from the Morphe 35V palette and add it on my lid. I just took a little bit more because I think I needed to add a little bit more since I've added the black. And I'm just adding that to my shade. My lid, I'm sorry. I'm not adding a lot. So once that's in, I'm going to go back in with that exact same brush, the exact first brush, and blend it all out. That's it. We're just blending, guys. That's it. It's not hard. It's just blending. And now I'm just adding some primer to my face to prep it for the foundation. And I added the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer to my areas on my face where I get the most oil. And now I'm just going to add my foundation, and the foundation I'm using, guys, is the Fenty Beauty. I did do a first impression on this foundation. At first, when I first applied it, it looked orange. It's gonna look orange when I get ready to blend it out here, but I did wear this makeup for a whole day, and I did see how it oxidized into my skin, and it looked good. A lot of people, I got so many compliments on this foundation. So it did turn out to be a really, really good foundation because I was going to take it back. As you guys know in the last video, that's what I said I was going to do, take it back. But I ended up wearing it and it kind of grew on me, and I'm liking it so far. So I'm just going to blend out the foundation all over everywhere, and I'm using a brush I got from Amazon, and it's a foundation brush with a flat top on it. Just blend that out. And make sure you got it everywhere on your face. My nose was itching, guys, sorry. And once it's blended out, I blend it out with the foundation brush. I like to take a damp beauty blender and go back in and just finish blending. You know, any spots that I may have missed, I want to go back in. I do have a little bit of product foundation on the back of my hand, so you may see me go back to my hand to add it. So now I'm adding my concealer, my Tate Shape Tape concealer, to my under eyes, my chin, my cupid's bow, down the bridge of my nose, and on my forehead. And remember, guys, this is the same concealer I use for my eyelids before apply my eyeshadow. And so now what I'm going to do is take a damp beauty blender and I'm going to blend it all out so that we can have a nice finished look. So you want to blend this concealer completely out. You don't want to leave it looking cakey. You don't want to leave it looking like you just applied it. You want to blend it out to where it's like it's blending in with the foundation. It will look a little light because that's what concealer, sometimes people use concealer for highlight. I know I use it for highlight, just to highlight underneath my eyes and the different places where the sun may hit. So yeah, you're gonna blend that out. And guys, disclaimer, I am not a makeup artist. This is just something I enjoy doing. It's like a hobby. I enjoy doing it. And you know, everybody do their makeup different. So this is just how I do my makeup. And I'm just going to keep blending and blending and blending. Blend it all out. And I'm going to add my Mercier translucent powder underneath my eye, my cupid's bow, my chin, and the bridge of my nose. Anywhere I apply that concealer at, I'm going to apply this translucent powder. And that will keep the concealer from creasing. But you have to make sure that it's blended out completely. If it's not blended out completely, it doesn't matter if you put translucent or setting powder. It's going to crease. So make sure it's blended out completely. And I have that on looking like a ghost. So I'm going to take some pressed powder by Black Radiance in the color Rich Mahogany. And I'm going to just finish my face and apply that all over my face. Just to bring back some color into my face, because sometimes you may look a little washed out once you apply concealer and all of that. So I always apply the pressed powder, and I'm gonna use that same brush to dust off the translucent powder. We don't want to be walking around with white stuff all over our face and looking like a ghost and scaring people. So make sure you take that off and try to sweep it, or sometimes I do it in a circular motion, but just sweep it off. I dip my brush back into the pressed powder as I sweep it off also, just so we can get rid of that white cast. Yep, that's it. Just keep doing it. That's all you do. Just sweep it away. You want to make sure all of that white powder is gone. And so what I'm going to do is I decided to smoke out my under eye. So I'm going to go back into that 35 V palette by Morphe, the Wild Things, the pink shade I have on my eyelid. I'm going to put it underneath my under eye just to smoke it out a little bit. I like to be a little dramatic, even though I'm only going on a lunch date with my friends. I just like to be a little dramatic. And so I'm going to apply my black eyeliner. I love me a black eyeliner, honey. I love it. And so I'm going to apply that. And I always use a beauty blender whenever I apply an eyeliner and I have foundation on. It just keeps it from my fingerprint from being on my eye. It just helps it. And I just apply my black eyeliner as much as I want, or as little as I want. You know, I'm dramatic, so I want it to go in. And once that's applied, I'm going to apply some mascara. I decided not to apply lashes today, guys, because I couldn't find my tweezers. So I'm applying this mascara I got from my friend who sells Mary Kay, and it's called the Lash Intensity Mascara. And this mascara is bomb. Like, whenever I don't feel like putting on lashes, I'll put this on, and it pulls my lashes out. Like, it looked like I got on some lashes, but this mascara is really, really nice. And excuse the ugly face. Everybody know when you put on mascara, you looking kind of crazy. So excuse the face, but the mascara is bomb. And so now I'm going to align my lips with this MAC lip liner. I don't remember the name offhand, but I will list it in the description box below. But it's more like a nude pink color. So I'm lining my lips with that to prep it for my lippy. So the lip that I'm going to be using is by MAC, and it's called Satin. It's more of a matte, kind of like, I wouldn't even say a nude color, but yeah. And so once I have that on, I'm going to spray my face with the Urban Decay All Night Setting Spray. just so we can get rid of that white cast and we can melt the makeup into our skin. And yeah, guys, that's basically it. So this is the look, and if you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and remember to subscribe to my channel. Ooh, that light is hitting that girl. Do it, do it, do it. Yes, so thank you guys so much for your support. I love you, as you know, beyond words. Bye.